A couple of months ago, this video of a Norwegian man sitting in a slum in India venting about being abandoned there as a child appeared.
Not fun living on the streets, but I didn't have a choice. If it wasn't for people like them, I wouldn't have food. I wouldn't have learned how to live on the street.
And the dude clearly had a flawless Indian English accent and even had the head bobbled down. And at first, I thought this was AI. There was no way this could be real. But I kept watching the video over and over again, and I couldn't find anything that actually indicated that it was AI. So I decided to reach out to him and ask him to FaceTime me. And he actually answered, and he was in the Taj Mahal in Mumbai in India. Holy shit, this was real. I was baffled. This is crazy to me. So I just wanted to know everything about this. Number one, because of how ridiculous the story is, but also I'm Norwegian and I'm raised in Norway, as I lived in Norway from when I was roughly 7 till 18 years old. But in short, he's now an adult, but when he was a young child, his parents abandoned him in India. And you may be asking, how does that happen? Well, he was kind enough to actually jump on the channel so we can actually understand how insane of a story this is. And pretty much all I knew going into this interview with him was I saw the viral clip online, I confirmed that it was real, and I knew that he wanted to share his story so he could figure out how to get some help because he was failed by his parents and he was basically failed by every system around him.
I think the first question most people have for you is like, are you getting help now? Did making your story public help you in any way?
Yeah, no, I've got my story out there so I can do something about this. Yeah. I've got called by the Finnish ministry office because I contacted them plenty of times in the Finnish embassy to get information about them helping me out of the country in India. And
interesting.
Then they were like, no, we don't have no information. There's nothing to give. It's too old information. It's too hard to find it. I'm like, okay, what? And then I go down to India to make my documentary because even the Norwegian newspapers and stuff didn't want to get my story out there because they said I have insufficient evidence. I have a passport made in New Delhi in India. I have an exit visa from New Delhi in India. What else do you need for evidence? Like, seriously, I was like, okay. When I didn't get help here, I'm like, okay, I'll go down and put my story out there. And I thought, okay, maybe a lawyer or something would see my story and then maybe take my case as a pro bono case and help me out. That was the plan from the start. And apparently at 11, 12 in the night around there in the evening time, we put out the first video on the 25th last month. And I go to sleep because we've been roaming the streets and filming the whole day. And then I wake up to 17,000 followers and a few million views. I'm like, what the f is happening?
Okay, so you posted that first video in India.
Yeah.
Okay, because that first video you posted, that was of you sitting, explaining your story, talking to the other guys. So the people in the video with you there, were they people you used to know or grow up on the street with there?
Yep.
Wow. So you just filmed this video and you were in New Delhi or where were you there?
Mumbai.
You're in Mumbai there and decided to post it on Instagram and it just went super viral because this was a part of what? So you're making a documentary now on everything, right? Interesting. Well, dude, that is so awesome. That clip just went so viral.
But I started in Norway with making TikTok videos because I didn't even know TikTok didn't exist. Yeah, because
you didn't know of TikTok.
I didn't know that TikTok was banned in India, and I started putting out my post over there about me going to India and me getting help from different people, paying for my hotel and stuff. So I started posting on TikTok, thinking, okay, this will already reach India, I thought. But no, once I was going from here and I talked to some friends down there, they're like, no, we don't have no TikTok here. It's banned a long time ago. I'm like, okay, I need to try a new strategy. Then I went, got myself an Instagram account.
Oh, that is so funny. So I've watched like all the videos and I'm trying to understand the full, like, I guess, timeline of events. But you went to India first when you were 4 years old, right?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to ask, why did your parents go to India with you?
I thought it was a holiday. Like my brother said to me something totally different. It was not a holiday, but that's what I thought all my life, that it was a holiday went wrong. But it ended up being that my father was skipping bail. He had a prison sentence in Norway.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it was literally just like he was fleeing the country essentially.
Yeah.
Wow. And then, so how long did your parents stay in India compared to you?
My father left after 10, 11 years
Oh, wow.
because he stayed there. He stayed there till he could come back without getting any consequences for leaving.
Really? Okay, so I saw that you were growing up in this apartment that you showed, or it looked like it was kind of like an apartment complex there. At what point did you become homeless?
It was when my mom finally got caught because she was doing some shady shit that I didn't even know of. That when I was doing the interview with Yle, the Finnish newspaper, then I found out some other shit from my brother and my godmother that I didn't even know about. That's when I found
Wow.
out my father fled the country because, yeah, he had prison sentence to do. And yeah, I found out that my mother didn't get caught for with staying there for overstaying her visa. She got caught for human trafficking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you were how old when they got arrested?
She was around 12, 13 when she went in
Mm-hmm.
to jail, but I was already roaming the streets from I was 10, 11 because I realized my mother couldn't take care of me. So that's when I
Right.
started hanging the streets instead.
So at this time, were you thinking like, were you aware that you were Norwegian? Okay, so were you trying to figure out like how could I get back to Norway, or were you just like, okay, this is my life, I'm in India now?
I never thought of it because I literally was stoned out of my brains all the time. That's where the smoking on the floor, that's where that comes
Right.
from.
I can only
So that's not
imagine.
smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So at what age were you like, okay, I need to get back to Norway?
I didn't think of it at all. It was my friend, so I thought was my friend Varun, the guy
Mm-hmm.
that was getting money then sent by my father and my godmother down there that I never received. That's why he got a beating outside the Taj Hotel in one of my
Oh
videos
man.
when I found out the truth. I was like, you know what? I even asked him nicely, like, hey, did my father send you cash? Did you receive any money? He's like laughing on the bed and like giggling. I'm like, you know what? I told my cameraman, let's go down. We're gonna do some more filming. So my cameraman didn't get the drift at all. He thought, oh, we're going out to film.
Yeah.
No, that was not for filming. That was to give him.
Oh no. How much money do you think he stole from you then?
And no clue.
Wow. So he was just getting like oh, what's that service? It was like, so they were like wire transferring him money like Western Union for like years,
I
or
have no idea how he got the payment down there. I guess it's a Western Union or bank transfer or whatever. But I remember one time Varun coming to me with some cash, and that was when I stayed in Sayandarvi, but I never got any money after that. One time he came once with money to me.
interesting. What a nightmare. Okay, so you didn't get back to Norway until 17. So how long was that process? So did you start like trying to get back to Norway at 16? Or how old were you when you were like, okay,
No, it was not me. It was my godmother through that was all the time asking my father, like, what the are you not contacting the services or consulate and embassy and stuff to get me out of the country when I'm all alone there? It was,
yeah,
if it wasn't for her pushing him, he would still be doing Norway and not giving a shit that I was living there on the streets.
that's awful. So I guess that all started when you were 17, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it was around there, 16, 17, that they were trying to help me out of the country, get me out of there. And then I got suddenly a message from Varun. He came down to the slums where I was living and found me and told me that, hey, we need to head off to New Delhi because you need to go to the Finnish embassy that is going to help you out of the country. And then he helped me to New Delhi with a train from CT station in Mumbai. We took a train to Delhi, and then I got hold of the Finnish embassy there that fixed me a new passport, exit visa and everything.
Wow. So why was the Finnish embassy that was helping you and not the Norwegian one?
I guess my father knew that if he contacts the Norwegian, that he will get in problems because it's a little bit more strict than Norway.
Right, okay.
And I'm pretty sure there's some back cuts to everything that happened. But the worst part is when the Finnish embassy found me in, say, New Delhi. When I got there, I was still underage, and they actually had a moral job to do, is to report me to the children's services, maybe contact the press and let them know that, hey, there's a minor here stuck over here without passport, without any parents, without any papers or anything. So they didn't do what they were supposed to do, and the only thing they did was send me back home. But they didn't even let the Norwegians know that, hey, you have a person that's born in Norway, he's on the way back to Norway, he needs some help when he gets here. So it was not before I was like 23, 24, where they put when I started telling the NAV, it's the government system here to get cash and stuff. I was telling them that, hey, I don't have any schooling, I don't have anything. And then my father kicked me out of the house, so I didn't know anything about paying bills or normal stuff down here. Is like literally in the dark. So I ended up going into just more and more debt while I was staying there, taking credit cards, then taking loans for paying the credit cards, and just going more and more into.
Yeah. That is awful. So yeah, I have a few questions in like of you in Norway, but with the whole like I guess in India, when you were living on the street, like what was the average place that you would sleep at, or like where would you try to sleep?
Mostly in temples and dargahs and stuff, wherever I was roaming around with my friends. Also, sometimes on the side of the roads, there's places you just find that no one can see you. As long as there is a dry place, you just lay your head and you fall asleep, and then you wake up in the morning, you find some water somewhere just to wash your face and your arms and stuff, and get yourself as fresh as you can for the next day you're roaming around.
Did you always have like a little bit of a community of people that you were like hanging around with? Okay, so you were never like alone on the street, or did you always have like kids that are similar age?
I never had kids similar age around me.
Oh,
All
okay.
the people I roamed around with were between 10 to 20 years older than me.
Oh, wow. Okay. That is so crazy. Yeah, your story is just insane to me. Then I guess another question I had is like, what was your diet based on out there? Like, what were you eating every day when you were homeless in India?
Whatever you would get. It's like sometimes you would eat a samosa pav or vada pav from the street, and if you're lucky enough, you would eat something as a family if they ask you in to eat some food with them. Or sometimes when there are temples and stuff, many of them have Hindu festivals, and then there's lots of food around. And then I started roaming around the Muslim dargahs, and they also have their certain festivals that they have every year, especially in different dargahs every year. Every day of the year, certain dargahs have a festival where they respect the person that died from that dargah. So
Yeah.
then there's biryani. There's a lots of things that they give out. So it was like a safe haven for me to get food.
Right. So you said first your dad left the country first out of India.
No,
And then your
biggest
no?
brother.
It was your brother. So how old
Yeah.
were you when your brother left?
I don't remember, to tell you the truth.
Okay. So was that like, were you like approximately 9 or 11 or were like 13?
He left when he was 17, around there, if I remember correct. I was like 10, 11. And then my brother and my father left right after, not long time after that.
So before they left, so were you hanging out with them a lot, or were you all by yourself before they even left?
No, it was like in the start we were. Sometimes I used to live with my father, sometimes with my mother. So it was like jumping a lot. And my father was a dealer, so.
Right. So when you realized that your brothers left, did you think like, okay, am I gonna leave soon, or were you just like, okay, no, well they're gone and this is my reality here?
No, because my mother said that we were trying to get help to try to get out too. So I was just listening to what she said, and all my life I've been told that if I contact any social services or any kind of people to try to get help, that I will end up being taken by the child services and I won't see my brothers or my family again. It's like when you get told that from a very young age, you don't really trust the system or try to ask for help.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Oh, so then you get back to Norway at 17, and what happens then? Like, so I'm assuming you arrive at Gardermoen at some point, and where do you go from there?
Well, I thought that someone would come and pick me up there, but when I came to the airport, no one was even there. So I called my father because I had his number, I think, in my pocket or something, and I found someone from the place where I buy the ticket. They called my father, and then I find out which station I'm gonna get off at, which train I need to take. So I ended up going to my father's place where I lived for a few years. So yeah, and then I found out that he was still doing everything that he usually does.
Right. So you live there until what, 24 or something like that, you said?
22, 23, 24, around there, because I tried to make him listen to what I went through and try to explain him how I lived there and stuff, and he never wanted to listen to me. So I one day got so fed up of trying to make him listen that I took that thing you used to turn around steaks with the two.
Yeah.
So I put that on his, and I'm like, oh, now you're listening to what I have to say, because it's thanks to you that I need to go through all of this.
Yeah.
And it ended up talking to him for a while and explaining him how I had it there and stuff, and ended up being on the couch for a few days sobbing. And then, in the end, after a week or two, he told me that, hey, I want you to move from here because I feel threatened by you. I feel scared of you. I'm like, what the? And then I end up moving to this government apartment and not knowing how to pay bills, not knowing how to live a normal life here in this system.
Yeah. So when you got to your father's house, what were you doing? Like, what was your day-to-day like there? Was it just hanging around the house, or were you like
smoking up, playing Counter-Strike?
Okay, were you like trying to like meet up with like Norwegian friends, try to like figure out like
I have no friends.
Okay. Wow. Were you living in a small town or a big city?
Small, tiny city.
Okay. Yeah. Did you have to like relearn Norwegian when you got there?
When I came back, I spoke hardly any Norwegian. I knew some words from what I remember as a kid, but mostly I was speaking English with a Indian accent and a head wobble and stuff. So I was getting mobbed a lot in the start.
Oh no.
And then people ended up not talking to me in English in the end. Like my brother's friends that I became friends with were like, you know what, nå må du begynne å lære deg norsk. I'm talking only Norwegian to you. I'm stopping to talk English to you. So that was the way to, like, every time I talked to them in English, they would just answer me in Norwegian back.
Right. That is interesting. So did you try to go to the government or anything like that after you got back to your dad's house? Like, hey, I need schooling.
It was after I kicked out when I went to the NAV system. Told them that, hey, I don't have any schooling. I don't have anything to like get a proper job. And then they tried to put me to this kind of thing called voksenopplæring.
Yeah.
For grown-ups to study, and then they put me to this place called Brumunddal, Mølla shopping center. It's like a shopping center on the top. They had a school for all immigrants coming from different countries.
Yeah.
And they put me in a classroom I'm the only white dude. And then I'm like, okay, that's okay. But when I started, like, it went weeks on and people start to ask me, how should I do this task? How should I do this study? It's like, what am I doing here? Like, what? Like, I felt like I felt neglected by the system by putting me in a place where all the outsiders are coming here to learn the country and the culture. It's like, no, you could give me a better study system, or at least a one-to-one schooling, because hell, I'm from here. I'm not a refugee.
Yeah. Okay, so you felt like you already knew all the information they were trying to teach you?
No, but I felt totally like misplaced and like outsider there.
Right. Okay.
Especially when everyone's trying to tell me and asking me questions about their studies when I don't know why the f am I even there.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you felt like an outcast in that study. Right. So how many years did you have to do that for?
I was just there for a few months before I quit on it.
Okay. After that, what was your next, what did you go on to do then?
Then I went to something called job praxis, where they put me to different places where you're like supposed to learn how to work. And I
Yeah.
ended up just realizing that they're just using me like a robot. And I ended up contacting a kind of a thing called Adecco. It's like where they recruit people and then they get you a job when there's jobs in different departments of different kind of workplaces. So I ended up getting a job at a meat factory here where I worked for around 7 months as a horse. And then
Yeah.
there was an opening for a job there, and then I got a friend to help me with my CV and söknad to send in, and then suddenly I got a proper job, 100% 9 to 5 job, but I couldn't live that 9 to 5 work because I couldn't, I've never been a part of it. So I ended up getting in the few years I worked there for nearly 5 years before I needed to sign a paper, because it was like I got one more complaint, or what do you call it? It's like you get 3 warnings when you're at a job,
Yeah.
and the third one you get kicked out of your job. So when I got already 2 warnings, they were like, okay, if you sign this piece of paper, at least you will not lose the money that you're getting now through the NAV system, the Norwegian government system. I'm like, okay, you know what? I know that one day I'm not gonna be able to wake up on time, and I might come late, and then I don't have a job plus no money. So I ended up just signing that contract, and ever since I've not had any work. And now the now system put me to a kind of a job company that's trying to get me out to the job market again. And I told them, I told the person that was in that place called Brugg that, hey, this is not the help I really need. I need to get my story out there now. So can I please just put this to the side, and I'm going down to India trip just to make a little documentary and put it out and see what happens from there. Because I
Right.
didn't expect what happened, like total catastrophe, and I suddenly everyone knows me in every corner of the world. So no, that was not the plan.
Well, that's super fun. Yeah. So essentially, so Nav is just trying to like put you on like any work, and then they'll supplement the government funding with some of that job, I think, because that's what they normally do over there. So they'll put you at like
Exactly.
Coop or Kiwi or something like that, which are the national groceries chain stores in Norway often. So I'm actually surprised that they actually went along with you just going to India. So that's actually very cool of them.
Nav didn't have very much to say, because it's
Okay.
that place that was fixing me the job. He was the one like pushing me, you know what? Actually, this is a good thing. You should go there, because it's a part of you letting go all the past trauma and that you went through, that you really need this. You need to get it out of your system. So that's why he was like, you know what? I'll talk to Nav. And I already bought the tickets. I already fixed the hotel. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Even if Nav says no, I will just go. I don't give a shit about this job. Like, I'm going no matter what. So we ended up talking a little. He contacted Nav, and then Nav was like, long as it doesn't make a hindrance in what plans you guys have ahead to get you into a job, we don't mind you leaving. I was like, okay. Then I need to sign some kind of paper that I'm going for this trip. And I was expecting to lose that money for those 10 days I was gone, but it ended up that Nav actually paid me for those 10 days I was in India. So that was very nice of them.
That's actually really cool. I'm stuck now. Yeah, the situation that like you went through, or like the whole story, like we're barely like scraping the surface of it, and I feel I'm just kind of stunned by it. Like, it's crazy. It's such a crazy story. I really hope you work with either a storyteller or a ghostwriter or something like that, and get a book out on this or something like that in the future, because I think that would absolutely give you some income.
Yeah, because before I left to India, one thing I made sure I did was I wrote my story first, and then I contacted some lawyers and some copyrights people, and I made sure that my script and everything is copyrighted. That was like the first thing I did before I started with my documentary, that no one can suddenly steal my story.
Okay. Yeah, if you work with someone on that, I think it can be a really interesting story to post out. And
My
I'm not,
eldest
I don't,
brother is on the case at the moment. We're talking with a bunch of people from all around, even one guy that's called, okay, I'm not allowed to maybe name him, but yeah.
yeah.
A guy from Germany. We're talking to some people from Finland. We're talking to a guy from US. We're talking to 3 different producing companies in Norway itself. So we're
Mhm.
trying to find out who can take this vision and the way I want it to be told in a proper way and get the documentary done how it's supposed to be.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Your brother's helping you with this, and how was his experience when he came back to Norway different? Did he get actual schooling, or is it the same
I
story?
can't really talk about his
Okay.
life story because himself, he has a plan of putting out a book when he has retired.
Right. Okay. Interesting. So currently, do you have any relationship with your parents right now?
No.
Okay. So that's just
My
gone.
mother called me around 4 days back from Finland, and she was saying that she's gonna go to the police station to file a complaint on me. I was just laughing on the phone. I'm like, you know what? File away. What are you gonna go and complain how bad mother you were?
So you got back to what, to So you went from India to Finland, and then your mom
No.
said that. Oh no, what?
No.
You went from
My
India
mother
to
called me
Oh.
4 days back.
Oh, 4 days ago, right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
what?
after
Telling
all
the story?
stories are out and stuff, and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna sue you, I'm gonna send a complaint to the police. I'm like, okay, do what you want.
That is crazy. I am so sorry.
Well, that's just life. I can't do anything about it. But even my eldest brother is like, you know what? If this is gonna go like that, I'm gonna make sure that my side of the story is coming out too. And that's why he's become my manager and stuff. That is like, you know what? We're gonna play this together, because if there's anyone from the family coming after you, they're gonna come after me too. Because he doesn't give a shit. He's a multi-millionaire, so he has a lots of money.
That's good for him, and I'm happy that you're not letting this put you down.
I don't let anything put me down. If I've gone through so much I've gone through in life, that good luck for putting me down.
Yeah.
I have
Well,
lots of problems at the moment, even with other legal battles that have come my way before I left to India to do my story. But it's like, you know what? I have bright, broad shoulders. I can take a lot.
Well, thank you so much for your time and coming on this channel. Do you have anything else you want to share with my audience or say?
I hope the people out there take this seriously and help me out by, if no other means, at least help out with the GoFundMe project I have, because that's going for a very good cause, because I'm going to be using most of that money to get my friends' children through education and stuff down in India.
Okay. So yeah, you currently have a GoFundMe listed, and the goal of raising this, is it first for your documentary, or what's the goal with the GoFundMe?
Around 70 to 80% of that is gonna go directly to helping the children of my friends that don't have any schooling, to get them English schooling, and helping their poverty line to go soaring from where they are now. But in the future, when their kids are gonna be highly educated and have the means to at least get a proper job and stuff, they're gonna be helping their parents too in the future. It's like, I'm thinking of the long run, what's gonna help them the most. Because if you just give them some money, that money is going to disappear. But if you give their kids schooling and get them a proper education, that their family, everything is going to be changed in the future.
This GoFundMe link is in Lasse's bio on Instagram. I'll be linking both his Instagram and his YouTube channel in the description down below of this video. Thank you, Lasse, for your time. And
Anytime, man.
We'll probably talk soon, man.
I mean, after hearing the story, I am just sitting here dumbfounded at how crazy it was. It's so sad, but unfortunately his parents just robbed him out of an actual childhood. I mean, the dude deserves so much better. But what I really like about the time I spent with Lasse is it seems like he's just taken this with a stride. He's just making the best out of the cards that he was dealt in life. And I think that's just an extremely admirable thing about him. So again, I will be linking his channel in the description down below and his Instagram, so please go check them out if you want to. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, drop a like if you enjoyed this interview. I know this was a little bit of a different video, but from time to time, I do find things that are so fascinating that I just want to interview and talk to these people, because the story is insane. I hope it becomes a book and a movie one day, and I wish Lasse the best of everything. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.